If you have been using Qlik Data for a longer time, you're probably using views, merges, and fusions to process your data. Dataflow now offers many advantages over this legacy system, and this is why we are sunsetting the old objects. The good news is that you can replace all views, merges, and fusions with their corresponding Dataflow nodes. This enables you to go from complex dependencies and interactions between these legacy objects to a single, easy-to-maintain, and powerful data flow, like we see in this example. To convert views, merges, and fusions to data flows, there are two tools in your toolbox: importing to data flow and table replacement. Let's see how they work. Importing to data flow. From any view, merge, or fusion, access the contextual menu and add it to a data flow. You can choose an existing data flow or create a new one. From any data flow, you can also use the import button to select one or more view, merge, or fusion. Merges will be imported as input merge tables. Fusions will be imported as a fusion input table. And views will be imported as an input table, which is the same as the source of the view. And its following nodes, where one node is created for each transformation in the view. Let's look at a real-life scenario. In this example, we import a view which has an aggregation transformation that refers to a fusion. No matter the type of the aggregated object, it will be imported as an input table node into the data flow. You can see how this input table is in error. This is because it is a fusion and not a table. We can now simply import the corresponding fusion and bind it to the existing branch. Once finished with the import, you can send your process data into an output table. Save and execute the data flow. The conversion is now done, and you can proceed to using the second tool, table replacements. Now that the output table from your new data flow is ready with your process data, it's time to use it in your dashboards, reports, insights, and so on. Open the dependency graph of the view, merge, or fusion that you have just finished converting. You can see all its dependencies here. Select the object that needs to be replaced. In this example, we picked the view because it's the one which is used in the dashboard. Click the rebind button and select the output table of your data flow as the replacement. Map columns if needed and select all objects where the replacement should be applied. Click Save, and that's it. Now all objects using the old view are rebound to the new pre-processed data flow output table. Now two last things to do. First are the data flow execution task in a schedule to process the data into the output table. To mimic the behavior of automated updates of views, merges, and fusions, you can add this execution task in the same schedule that also updates your input data after the refresh task. And second thing, finally, delete all views, merges, and fusions that were converted to gain space in your accounts. That's it. Now you have converted to data flow.